Today I'm going to be making a show-stopping Christmas lunch without breaking the bank. We're talking turkey meatloaf with a sausage and stuffing centre. It's all wrapped in crispy bacon and of course served with all the classic trimmings. It's festive, it's indulgent, and best of all, it's budget friendly. I hope you're all well. I'm Shane. Welcome back to It's Cooking Good. So as you will have probably seen in the supermarkets, the price of turkeys have really rocketed in price. And I know places like Lidl have promised sort of a Christmas lunch with a small turkey and all the trimmings. I think it was around the £11 mark. And I've been working on this recipe over the past few weeks and it has gone down an absolute storm with my family. So I wanted to share it with you guys here today. I've managed to get this meal down to about £12 and I've purchased all of the ingredients from Aldi. Now you may be able to get it down a little bit more than I could, but this is a great meal. It's really, really tasty. It feeds, the actual meatloaf itself is going to feed at least 6 to 8 people, depending on how hungry you are, maybe a few more. So you could probably get this down to about £1.50 to £2 a head. But I like to leave a little bit left over because tomorrow there'll be another video where we'll use the leftover turkey meatloaf and we're going to make a delicious turkey mushroom pasta bake. And it's one not to miss for sure. So we'll have a little look at the trimmings. I've got the Aldi frozen petit pois. I've gone up market. I'm not using the normal peas. I thought, why not? I'll go for the petit pois. Came in budget. And then, of course, the traditional Brussels sprout. It's a proper love or hater, isn't it? It's a bit like Marmite. I don't mind them. The kids absolutely hate them. But we've got a pack of those. I went for the old wonky carrots. These were really, really cheap. And I personally couldn't see anything wrong with them. So we're using those. We've got a stuffing here, which is their sort of upmarket stuffing. Now, when I did a dummy run of this last week, I used their basic stuffing, but I found it was a bit bland. So I upped the ante this week and it's an apple, cranberry and clementine stuffing. Looks good. So we'll try that out. Obviously using the old Quixo chicken gravy granules. And then onto our main mix here. Now, a couple of things I will say at this point. You want to preheat your oven now to 180C fan. The stuffing mix you want to make ahead of time. It takes 250 millilitres of boiling water and this needs to be cooled before it goes into our meatloaf. And the other thing is a finely diced white onion. You want to sweat that off in a pan and let it cool down. We don't want any hot ingredients going into our turkey mince mixture. So get yourself a nice big bowl and we're going to go straight in with our turkey mince. And here I've got a kilo of turkey mince. Now, turkey mince is great because they sell it all year round. It's really, really healthy for you. And these only were, I think it was $2.99 for 500 grams. So I got a kilo here for £6. I mean, that's unbelievable value. And the best part about this meatloaf is there is no dry turkey. This will be perfectly succulent today for leftovers tomorrow. It is absolutely perfect. So let's get that into our bowl. Straight in there. Next, I've got breadcrumbs. So these are fresh breadcrumbs. It's 3 slices of bread that I've just put into the food processor. And you want that straight in there. And to those breadcrumbs, you want to add a little bit of milk. We just want to soften them down. And this also helps keep this meatloaf nice and moist. So it's probably about 1.5 tablespoons. Our sweated down white onion. 1 large whole egg. Good pinch, probably a couple of pinches of salt. Some cracked black pepper. Now, those of you that have watched the channel before know I love my pepper, so I always go a little bit overboard, but obviously season it to yours and your guests' taste. And then for herbs, I'm using rosemary. I always think rosemary goes really well with turkey, but you can put whatever seasoning you like in here. If you want to make this more of an Italian style vibe, put mixed Italian herbs in there. It will work perfectly, but it's entirely your choice. Rosemary for me. And I'm going to go in with a fair bit of this, probably a good tablespoon there. We want to season this up nicely. Whilst the stuffing and the sausages are going to create a lot of flavour in this, we also want to flavour up the main mix. And then just get your hand in there and you want to mix this all in till it's all really well combined. That's it. That looks perfect to me. So this is the time now you need to preheat your oven, 180C fan, and you're gonna need yourself a piece of foil lined with a piece of greaseproof paper, and we're gonna take half of our turkey mince mixture and start to lay a base layer. So just using your hands, you wanna make this into sort of an elongated sort of shape, yeah? We're just gonna try and shape this up as best as we can. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing it this way, you could absolutely do this actually in a loaf tin. So just press it out. Don't worry if it's not quite even at this stage, because we're gonna be adding a top layer in a minute. Just press it out, that's it. And then to that, I'm using Cumberland sausages, the Aldi Cumberland sausages. I did use normal chipolatas before, but again, I wanted to jizz it up a little bit this time and inject it with even more flavour. So I reckon I can get 3 along the middle of there. You can see where we're going with this. And then you want some of your stuffing mix. So with your stuffing mix, I tend to grab a handful of it here. Try with your hands just to sort of sausage it out. And we're going to place that all the way along over our sausages. Grab the rest. That's it. A little bit on that end piece. Just use some of that, scoop it around. Got some extra there. That's it. And then just press it all down. And then you want the remainder of your turkey mince. And again, that's going to go over the top. You just want to, with your hands, just gently sort of prise it all around to make sure it's all fully encased. Grab some of these bits off the side here. I've got loads here. And then pull the sides in from the bottom and push around the edge. So just using your hands. We want to seal this up now so that nothing escapes. That's it, just again. And then you can shape it now to make sure it's sort of even in terms of thickness. That's looking, I think, about right. There's a bit there. That's it. Perfect. Then you want some smoked streaky bacon, or if you don't like the smoked, go for unsmoked, and you're going to lattice it across. So just lay it on the diagonal all the way along, and then again the other way. And then what you want to do is wrap this up. So make sure the seam is at the top, like that. And we're going to do like a Christmas cracker. So turn one end, turn the other end, and sort of squeeze it in so that it all comes together nicely. That is it. Now, just quickly, we have got sausages and bacon left over. We haven't used it all, and I appreciate some people do like pigs wrapped in blankets. Now, because I've gone for the bigger sausages, it's not going to be a traditional style. But in this house, I like to do it into little pigs in blanket balls. So I get balls of the sausage meat and then a little bit of your bacon and just wrap them like that. And if you have people that really want them, they can go in alongside it too. And they are absolutely delicious. I mentioned earlier that you could go for more of an Italian vibe with your meatloaf. If you want to go that route, again, use Italian mixed herbs in there. Keep the sausages in the center, but replace the stuffing mix with mozzarella. And then instead of the smoked bacon, replace it with Parma ham. It is absolutely divine. This is now going to go into the oven at 180C fan. I'm going to cook it for an initial 45 minutes. At 45 minutes, I'm going to unwrap it, drain off any excess liquid around the outside, and then bake it for another 25 minutes. This takes between an hour to an hour and 20 minutes to cook, so much quicker than your traditional turkey, saves on the energy, even better. And we want the internal temperature to be 74 degrees C. So basically as long as that takes, but it should be an hour to an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, so our turkey's at the 45-minute mark. So I've pulled it out now to unwrap it. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, look at that. Holding its shape beautifully. We just want to make this into sort of like a boat, if you like now. We want that bacon to be nicely exposed. We want this to start to get a bit of colour on it now that it's set. That's perfect. I've got a little bit of juice here. If you've got too much, drain a bit off. But actually, mine's just about right. You want it in there, a little bit in there anyway, just to keep it nice and succulent. And that looks just about right. That's going to go now back into the oven for 30 minutes or until the internal temperature is reading 74, at which time we'll be ready to cut some slices off this, see how we've done, and put the whole final roast together. Our turkey meatloaf is done. Took the 30 minutes, hit the temperature of 74, but I will say it doesn't really matter with this. You can cook it to a higher temperature because it will absolutely stay really succulent inside. Obviously, don't cook it to over 100 degrees or something like that, but you've definitely got some room to play with there on the heat. So let's cut into it. Let's just have a look and see what it looks like inside. I'm just going to take off this end bit. Look at that, you see the sausage in there. And we like to cut ours into quite thick slabs. But again, as I said, it will feed more people. You can cut it as small as you like. I've let this rest actually, guys, for about 10 minutes. You've got your sausage, your stuffing. Oh yeah, it's very, very hot indeed. So I'm going to put that back, I'm going to plate it up, and then we can see how it tastes. So I've just transferred it onto a plate. It looks pretty as a picture. Obviously, we've got our lovely crispy roast potatoes, our Brussels sprouts, our carrots, our peas, and our lovely sticky parsnips. So let's get a slice off here, one of the ones that we cut earlier. Look at that. Let it cool down as much as you can. The longer it sort of is sat to rest, the better that holds together. Looks fantastic. And then here, I've got some of our gravy. I'm going to put a good load of that over the top. And I didn't talk about the cranberry sauce, but that's because I didn't buy it from Aldi. I had this in already, and this is a little one. And I'll be honest, I didn't include this in the price. So I'm not sure how much a jar of that costs. If any of you guys do know, please let us know down in the comments. That would be really helpful. Thank you. So let's try it. Let's tuck in. I want to make sure I get a bit of that stuffing. There it is. Obviously, nice dip in that gravy. Just taste of roast turkey. It is absolutely perfect. It's got that lovely turkey taste. That upgraded stuffing was the way to go. It's nice. You've got the flavour of the cranberries. I think there might be some nuts in there as well. I can taste the sort of clementines coming through. Really lovely flavour. And the Cumberland sausage, again, makes a big difference. That is so, so good. If you had this on Christmas Day, you absolutely would not be disappointed. That is for sure. That is a real winner. And guys, the meatloaf can be made a day in advance. So you can get ahead of the game. If you've got loads of people coming over, you can make that up, keep it wrapped in the fridge, and then on the day when you're ready to chuck it in, as I say, about an hour, well mine took an hour and 15 minutes, so an hour and 15 minutes, give it sort of 20 minutes to rest and you're good to go. Hope you enjoyed this one. That is it from me for today. I really appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please also like, share and comment. Is this something that you would give a go on Christmas Day or indeed the lead up to Christmas? Don't forget, tomorrow I'll be using up the leftovers of this turkey meatloaf to make a delicious turkey and mushroom pasta bake. And then on Friday is a leftover turkey korma curry. So watch out for that one. Either way, if you're looking for any Christmas recipe inspiration, don't forget to check out my Christmas playlist, which should be around here somewhere. I'll put all of the details of today's stuffed turkey meatloaf down below in the description as always, and I'll put all the details of the roasties and the parsnips and everything else. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.